Alternative formats for this presentation can be found on the Financial Services website. Visit the Financial Services training page. Email us at finance.training@queensu.ca or give us a call at 613-533-2050. Journal Entries, Part 1, The Basics. What is a journal entry? A journal entry is the recording of a financial transaction in the general ledger, the GL. Transactions are events that change the balance in your assets, liabilities, revenue, and expense accounts. Journal entries are one way to record changes in these balances. Other events that take place through the accounts payable or student subsystems are other examples of transactions that will change these balances. Processes or types of transactions that would require a journal entry. Examples would include accounts receivable, coding error corrections, internal and external cost recoveries, internal sales revenue, and university revenue transfers. The accounting behind the journal entry. Always ask yourself, what is the purpose of my journal entry? How will the journal entry impact the GL? Understanding the accounting procedure process. Understanding the accounting procedure process before creating the journal entry is essential. Be sure to visit the Financial Services Learning Catalog and learn how to record accounts receivable. View the Accounts Receivable tutorial. For coding error corrections, view the Accounting 101 tutorial. For internal and external cost recoveries, internal sales revenue, and university revenue transfers, view the Revenue and Cost Recoveries tutorial. Guidelines and rules. Here are just a few basic guidelines and rules to keep in mind when preparing and/or processing a journal entry by way of the online journal entry system. Total debits must equal total credits. Every journal line requires a fund, department, and account ID. Research journal lines require the research fund, department, account, and project ID. CFI research lines require the research fund, department, account, program, and project ID. Journal entries must be approved by someone other than the person processing the entry. GL workflow and approvals. All journal entries must be approved by someone other than the person who is preparing the entry and/or processing the entry by way of the online PeopleSoft journal entry system. The approver might be a supervisor, department manager, administrative assistant, or faculty school business officer. It is the approver's responsibility to ensure the expenses charged and recovered between funds and projects have been incurred for legitimate university business activity and are in accordance with university policy, with applicable granting agency guidelines, or with the terms of the specific award, whichever imposes greater restrictions. The PeopleSoft journal entry workflow functionality is not operational. For this reason, compensating manual controls are required to facilitate the approval process and must take place prior to posting an entry to the GL. To facilitate the manual approval process, the user will 1. Perform the edit process followed by the incomplete status process, 2. Print the hard copy and have approver sign and date hard copy, or save the entry and approval as a PDF and file it electronically. 3. Remove the incomplete status and repeat the edit process. And 4. Ensure the edit passes final journal and budget check. Evidence of approval, i.e., records demonstrating the approval process was followed, must be retained on file and available for auditing purposes. Timelines and cutoffs. Approximately 5 business days prior to when the general ledger month-end is scheduled to close, Financial Services will send a notice to the Finance PeopleSoft community advising users of the date the current fiscal period will close. System users are reminded to review journals not yet posted, uncheck the Save Journal in Incomplete Status box, perform the final edit, and ensure the entry is a valid entry in preparation for PeopleSoft to post the entry to the GL. To view the month-end schedule, visit the Financial Services website, Faculty Staff page, Timelines and Cutoffs link. System access and chart field security. Access to the PeopleSoft journal entry system. To request access, complete the Financial Systems Security Access Request form located on the Financial Services website Forms page and scan the form to finance.security@queensu.ca. This two-part form includes the undertaking regarding confidential information form that must be completed by first-time system users. Department chart field security is applied to the user's access, which means the user can process entries applicable to the department IDs for which they have been approved, for example, the user's department. Journal exception override role, if approved for a user, will allow the user to post an entry to any department. For example, when a user is frequently required to process shared costs or cost recoveries impacting units outside the user's home department. How may we help you today? Give us a call at 613-533-2050. Email us at finance@queensu.ca. Be sure to visit the Financial Services website. We are located at 207 Stewart Street, 3rd floor, Rideau Building. Hours of operation are Monday through Friday. We are open from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. This concludes our tutorial. To learn more or to review additional training resources and video tutorials, visit the Financial Services training page.